Hello and welcome to Profiles in Risk. This is your color mismatched host, Tony Cañas, because my everything's red over here and everything's orange over here. Just realized that. Okay. Your sleep deprived and overly caffeinated host, Tony Cañas. Today I have with me Ben Clark, manager of insurance at Matterport. Ben, thank you for joining me today. How's it going?
Yeah, doing well, Tony. Happy to be here.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, uh, you are in Central Illinois.
I am.
And it is May 28th, 2025. I'm gonna take a wild guess that you that the weather central in Illinois is, I'm gonna say it's starting to get hot, or is it nice, beautiful spring?
It's pretty nice right now. 66 degrees, sunny, no complaints.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. We always give the guests the chance to give the elevator pitch. What is Matterport?
Yeah, so Matterport's becoming a more increasingly known name. Most people have seen Matterport without even realizing that they've seen it. If they've ever done a virtual walkthrough of a real estate listing or looked at vacation rental property, anything like that, anywhere you are able to navigate your way through the property, they was more than likely going to be through Matterport. So really, it's a way to virtually capture a space once and have that data live in a digital twin, we call it. So whether you need to use it on the claim side of things, underwriting, we have a whole insurance team here at Matterport that everyone thinks, hey, it's a real estate product, but we do a heck of a lot more than just real estate.
I've definitely seen you guys at a whole bunch of insurance conferences. So you have definitely been present in the industry for a bit now. Um, all right. So you mentioned that the two obvious uses, claims and underwriting. Okay. So I'm assuming the majority of the time, because humans being humans, the majority of the time you get by the time somebody brings a Matterport camera in is because a claim has happened in a commercial structure.
Generally, yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
perfect. So okay. So is has the carrier or the TPA generally bought the camera, or do they rent it, or do they how does that work? Do we like hire you guys? Is it your people carrying the camera, or is it my people? How does that work?
Yeah, great question. So it can be a mixture of all of the above. Some carriers have purchased hardware themselves directly. They outfit their adjusters, whether it be large loss adjuster, with a camera. Some of them have said, "Hey, we're not buying any sort of hardware. We're going to use our TPA and restoration network, and have them capture on our behalf." Some of them have had us use our capture services team. Think of it like I call it Uber for Matterport. Give us an address, give us some information. We'll go out and scan it on their behalf, and upload it into their account so they can adjust everything remotely.
Okay, perfect. So how to manage the camera? A million ways to do it. So whether it's my people or your people, when they walk into a loss and put the camera down, how long does it take and what does it give them?
Yeah, so depending on what camera they're using, we typically say you can do best case scenario, like you've got someone who's in there, knows what they're doing. You can do 1,000 square feet in 10 minutes. So if you've got a 3,000 square foot home, you can get in and out in half an hour.
Wow, perfect, perfect. Okay, I'm guessing battery operated.
Yes. So each camera, regardless of what you use, has got an internal battery. You'll essentially just download the Matterport app on your phone or your tablet. That's going to work as a remote control for the camera. So you can see everything built out live, real time. So you know, hey, this was a good scan, this wasn't a good scan. And it builds out the property as you're on site.
Okay, so what can cause a bad scan? How do we make sure that we get good scans?
Yeah. So the big thing we see is folks My colleague Tim says leaving a trail of breadcrumbs or like doing a scratch off ticket, it will start as a blank space. And as you take more scans, it will start to develop. The big thing we see is folks jumping from like one room to another. Make sure that if scan point one was right here, scan point two is going to be in sight of scan point one. So don't hop from one room to another. Don't go around a wall. You'll want to build scan points off of each other. So the software knows, okay, this is data from this area, and it pieces everything together.
Okay, but if we follow those instructions, it builds the 3D model without us really having to tell it this is this room, this is that room, this is
Correct. Yes. So our software, Cortex, Matterport's had this for going on 14 years now, give or take. It's really a way that it builds out everything. You don't have to input, hey, this is a kitchen, this is a bedroom. It's able to auto detect where it's at, capture depth data, do all that strictly from the software.
all right, all right. So how does it plug into what is the implementation like? How does it plug into our Exactimate or whatever claim software, property claim software we use?
Yeah, so at this time we've got a number of different sketches, whether it's strictly an underlayment that you can use in Exact and then build your sketch over top of it, or a full turnkey sketch. Those are a la carte add-on options. You don't have to purchase them upfront or anything like that. But yeah, some of them, the underlayments you can use for free, where just throw it in and build your sketch over top of it. What folks do on the complicated, tricky architecture, things like that, they'll buy the turnkey sketches, but otherwise they'll just use the free offering.
Okay. Um, so technology is cool. What on the claim side, what is the business effect? What are you guys seeing? Is it a lot more accurate? Is it a lot faster than the traditional process?
Yeah, faster accuracy, really is able to decrease some of the fraud. Not even fraud, it could just be a misconception. So as far as speed, yeah, if you have someone go out with a manual tape measure, write everything on a notepad the old school way, speed, we're seeing great improvement there. Accuracy depends on what you're at, but with using our Matterport cameras, any of them are going to be 99% accurate. So definitely a great accuracy improvement there. And then really we'll hear stories of homeowners saying, hey, I had this damage here that had to have been loss related or something like that, where if someone goes in and captures a scan as soon as the loss happens and they have no documentation of that there, but then after the mitigation team comes in and um, does all the mitt work, and then all of a sudden the damage is located there, then they know, hey, this was here, this wasn't here. They're able to differentiate between that.
Okay, okay. Um, Over on the underwriting side of the game, um, how is it being used?
Yeah, so underwriting, we are definitely our bread and butter has been in the claims side of the space historically. Underwriting really lets the insurers know what they're insuring. We hear most of the time, yeah, you just call up, get a quote over the phone. You don't have any idea what's in the building. We've seen some carriers where they'll want to have as soon as someone establishes residency, moves in, moves their belongings in, they can go in and take a Matterport scan and really have contents of everything in the building, or in the residence. So it's a way that they know how to assess their premiums correctly, because they have a exact replica of what the building is like.
Okay. So it's been a good while that you guys have been uh deployed. Um, how is the industry taking it? Are you finding a large number of carriers jumping into it, and what are the what are what are kind of the characteristics of the carriers that are very successful with it? Is it the largest? Is it
Yeah, so I will say we have seen traction. The carrier market has been slower to adopt than the restoration professional.
As they are for absolutely everything under the sun. Uh-huh.
I worked for a carrier before State Farm. I know things move at a different pace. Sorry, I worked for State Farm prior to working for Matterport, so I know things moved at a different pace. Um, but yeah, the ones that have been successful have been the ones that really we've got a few like the ones that invest in the hardware and outfit their adjusters. Their adjusters don't have to do sketches. They don't have to take 200 photos on site. They have everything just with the camera that they take on a site. And then you've got your others that have been successful that are like small carriers that focus on one or two states where they just rely on their restoration contractors and say, hey, like give us a Matterport model, and then they're able to do everything from there. So they don't have to send adjusters on site. They can do everything from the desk, from an office, from home, really wherever now.
All right. All right. So I'm always curious on the origin story. Now, often I'm talking to a founder. Marport's been around long enough that you guys are a rather large company, but where did the idea come from to do this?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of folklore. I don't know the definitive answer. If
You
you
can tell me
ever
the one you like better, the one you like best.
If you ever back in the day, the like Microsoft Xbox Connect, the little
I
sensor that was
remember the
able to.
Connect, absolutely.
So the
Cool idea.
creator of that was actually the co-founder of Matterport.
Ah,
Was using that sensor technology to then turn around and replicate the real estate industry. So yeah, real estate from everything I've heard is where we started, where we had our biggest footprint. But then since then we've expanded to insurance, retail, travel and hospitality, um, construction, and beyond.
all right, all right. I'm always curious on kind of the roadmap for the product. Um, so let's say for the rest of 2025, what are there any big changes coming that are exciting for you guys, especially when it comes to the insurance clients?
There are. We met at ITC, we met at PLRB. Every single booth you see, they're pushing AI. It seems like AI is everywhere now, whether it's real AI or not.
Oh, yeah.
You will see a lot more automation on the back end from the Matterport scan. It's not just going to be here are your visuals, do with it what you want. It's going to give you those precise measurements, completely automated, being able to automate things from the sketch. Everything's going to be automated going forward, where you can literally just take your Matterport scan and everything else will be done for you.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect.
We've
Uh,
got some pretty cool. I wish this was 6 weeks later. We've got some pretty cool integrations coming down the road, coming in the pipeline that are gonna be game changers.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Looking at the website. Um, I love the fact that you provide several different ways to to uh to get Matterport technology for the carrier, right? I love the fact that we're not just tied to building excuse me, to buying the equipment. We're not just tied to going through a specific TPA. We're not just tied to renting it. That you offer multiple options, so that is fantastic. Uh, and I think that intuitively it's very easy to see how this would be a great fit for especially larger losses.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, seems like very cool technology. It's just a matter of our industry being slow and the getting the technology deployed enough that the prices come down over time.
Mhm.
But yeah, very, very cool stuff.
We do have those capture options. We don't recommend it on a complete loss. Like if you've got a burst pipe in a bathroom and an adjacent bedroom, you can capture with a smartphone too. You don't have to invest money into hardware. So even if you want to have your policyholder capture an area, they can do that with their phone. But again, if you're doing an entire house, like it's probably not going to be the best solution for that.
All right. All right. Thank you for your time, Ben.
Yeah, appreciate it, Tony.
Awesome. Have a great one.